these doctors are stealing your money and lying to you about how chemotherapy is probably the best way about going about dealing with cancer.
Underground has the best video clips around.
G-Man, if you have cancer, please go to chemotherapy.
Is he about to say prayer is more effective? Like, where's he?
I don't know what he's gonna say, but if he has cancer, then he needs to go to chemotherapy.
I sure hope he doesn't.
Oh, there's no cure.
You know who does though? You know who does hope that he has cancer? Not only does he hope that he has it, but he hope he dies from it.
I didn't say die. Just I hope he lives a long time with cancer.
What I want to do is I want to screen share. I want to show you something and give you a little bit of my motivation for making this video. It's not a lot of motivation, just some of it. Definitely not enough motivation.
Whoa. All right.
For me to, that's the video we're going to be looking at, guys. But this is the video that I made here. All right.
What cancer is in America?
On this YouTube channel. The video was called What is Cancer in America? This is my smaller channel. So
no, that's not what it's called, G-Man. You read it wrong. It's What Cancer Is in America.
Is that his room? Because like if I could see how he would have cancer. He has those huge industrial barrels of.
That's where he works.
Yeah, he said it was his job.
What?
It's his job.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I used to work in like a warehouse setting where I had barrels like that.
Me too.
Yep.
I used to work at Domino's. We had barrels of cheese.
Oh my God. 2 likes.
That's keto.
And 41 dislikes. Let me show you why I got dislikes. I want to show you guys something here in the live chat. Because one of the things that I'm going to do on this YouTube channel is I'm going to expose these pseudo intellectual people on here who pretend to know things about science, who pretend to care about real science.
What?
I mean, they care about science, but it's more of a religious type science. They don't really care about real science. And learn.
So your type of science isn't the religious type, but the science that scientists practice is the religious type. Is that what he's just said?
Is he suggesting that people are replacing religion with science, and that's what he's documenting? Is
he's saying you need 5 cc's of Jesus, and that will cure cancer.
To the comments, he's talking about some vitamin that doesn't exist, B-17. Everyone like everyone's saying like there's no such thing as vitamin B-17, and that's pretty much all of the comments say that.
How to use it in our daily lives, because you're going to see what I mean soon. So a woman by the name of Jade here on the internet says, this is one of her other accounts. She says that there is no such thing as vitamin B-17,
and that's correct, right? There's no vitamin B-17. So what is that G-Man's claim for what cures cancer? B-17? I don't know.
That's the airplane bombers, the B-17?
Very interesting. I wonder how she knows
vitamin B-52.
Zoom 153 says, G-Man, what are your sources? You said you did your research. So what did you read or listen to?
Are you gonna answer it? So he just reads the comment, but he doesn't reply to it? What?
This is great.
And if you read on, it is a whole bunch of stuff on here. And these are the people that
oh, you know what? Someone told me that vitamin B-17 it actually does exist. It can only be found on the Korean Peninsula.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are out to try to.
I feel really bad for G-Man because you know he's gonna come down with something in like the next 10, 20 years, and he's just gonna fucking pray, and he's gonna die.
But how can you feel bad for him? He's gonna believe that he goes to heaven.
He's already over 40. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
in his mind, he's going to a better place anyways. So like, I can't feel bad for him. He's got something better than any of us have. He has hope that when he dies, it's going to be fucking better than this pathetic life where he gets 267 views on a video, and one of them is his own view looking at the video again.
That people that believe in intelligent design don't know nothing about science, and the only way they can convince themselves about this is to habitually lie to the community about
but
people.
This shit is so bullshit. You mentioned hope. That's the problem with these religious fuckers. They want to rely on hope and prayer instead of actual fucking science, and that's why you're dying every 5 fucking seconds.
Would you want one of these idiots dabbling in your science? Keep them away from the scientists. Let the scientists work while these people sit there and hope and pray. That's really what hope and prayer is.
Yeah,
it keeps the stupid people out of the way. You don't want them to die. Everybody dies, my dude.
Yeah,
Everybody dies.
Earlier, but that shit, I don't want them to rely on prayer when they can actually have medicine.
But you know what? You can't lead a fucking horse to water. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
You can make the motherfucker drink, actually. That's a bullshit line. You can make the horse drink.
You can't. If their stupidity is going to put them into an early grave, better there than here.
Oh.
Intelligent design. Because they believe in a pseudo religious evolutionary science
about
everything.
I believe
he's making up some weird terms here that I don't totally understand. A pseudo religious science.
He probably heard Jim Baker say something similar to that.
That these treatments are real. Obviously, you've seen one of them, and it involves vitamin B-17. I believe that these treatments are real. I believe that there are all natural treatments to HIV and a lot of other things that's out there. But because they can't make money on it the way that the pharmaceuticals are making money the way they are right now.
Does G-Man have AIDS and cancer?
I have no idea, but don't you think that if someone got cured, if they had HIV and then all of a sudden they were cured, don't you think they would have told some other people and like shown evidence like, look, here's my positive test and now it's negative?
Maybe they did, but the AIDS industry doesn't want people to know about it.
AIDS industry?
Yeah, dude. They're not interested in cures.
There's actually a surprisingly large AIDS denialism, subset of conspiracy theorists. It's pretty fucking disgusting.
Look at Magic Johnson.
Who's Patrick Johnson?
Magic Johnson, the basketball player that had AIDS back in the early 90s. Magic Johnson.
He still has it. Well,
he still has it. But he looks like fucking Shaquille O'Neal. He's a big old buff motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. And I really doubt that it was B-17 that has
got a lot of money.
For one thing, he had a bunch of money and they were starting to use like antiviral medications that basically keep most people from developing HIV or AIDS from HIV. So he's been taking medication for for decades now.
Yeah. My cousin has AIDS. Well, she had AIDS. She's dead now. She actually didn't die because of AIDS. She died because of a hot shot of meth. But anyways, she couldn't afford all these fancy treatments like Magic Johnson could. That's the reason he outlasted everybody. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Ben. Sorry.
No.
I thought you were Vadim.
Now, they're not going to let you know. It's going to be up to you to go out there and do your research and find out all of the different alternatives to treating cancer. Because if somebody comes to you and tells you that it's only chemotherapy, they lie to you. Also, I'm going to be posting some videos on shark liver oil, on some other
So G-Man's going natural healing now.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Isn't that against Jesus stuff?
I don't know. Jesus wasn't a doctor; he was a carpenter.
Right.
Treatments that I've done some research on that most of your doctors aren't going to tell you nothing about because they want your insurance money, because they want you to go there and get your chemo and just destroy your body that way. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It makes sense that he would rebel against fucking the medical industry, because it's just he's afraid of science in general. It's he literally is just the whole concept of evolution freaks him out. So of course, is he a flat earther? He's not a flat earther, right?
I don't think so.
No, he's against flat earthers.
I think that's one thing that he's spoken out against. But I'm surprised.
And Black Israelites, he hates those fuckers too.
Yeah.
G-Man is not a bad guy. He's just fucking.
He's a super nice guy. He's delusional. super nice, but I mean, like shit like this is really like. I just hope that he doesn't have anyone who is taking this seriously right now.
He doesn't. Not really.
If he has any actual followers that believe word for word what he says,
most of his followers are DP fans that like to laugh at him. I mean,
if he did, they would deserve whatever was coming to them. And I'm not against holistic healing either. If you feel like that works,
you should do that in tandem with medical healing.
You should do whatever you feel is right. Because if you die, that's on you.
I disagree with it. Don't do whatever you feel is right. Do what heals you.
I mean, some people don't want to go through chemo and they'd rather shoot themselves in the head and end it quick. You know?
But I have a friend, D. Ben actually met D. Or I think he met D. Yeah,
I think so.
He had cancer and he went through chemo recently, and it helped him.
Yeah, and it's terrible to go through. Makes you sick.
Oh, it's the worst.
It made him sick. It made him sick, but at least he didn't die.
Yeah.
Anybody that's ever died from cancer, but I do know a lot of people who have died from too many chemotherapy treatments.
Did he just say no one's ever died of?
The best video clips around. DP Underground has the best video clips in town. DP Underground has the best video clips around.